This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Constructivism is a learning system where the students do not just passively absorb information. Educational experts were concerned with what was going on in the mind of the student. There is active participation from the students. They are taught to relate the knowledge the teachers are giving them to their life experiences. This approach in education is important as it teaches the students to be critical thinkers. They become active and motivated in the classroom. Students learn to construct their understanding of the learning material or literature. The students become autonomous and independent thinkers. With this approach to learning, the students learn to engage more in problem solving and stop being passive. The skill of problem solving is important and even assists the student in his adult life. It is a skill for life, and that is what education should be. The student develops his mental processes. It is a discovery process for the student as he experiments with ideas for problem solving and getting solutions for the issues in his environment. The theory of constructivist learning is based on several concepts. Learning for the student will depend on what he or she already knows or has experienced. In literature, students are motivated to relate the story or characters to what they already know or have experienced. Secondly, learning should be about the students inventing ideas concerning the learning materials. It may involve students analyzing their old ideas in light of the learning materials and changing their old news to conform to what they are learning. When a student encounters information that is contrary to their way of thinking, then he finds himself in a state of disequilibrium. The student, therefore, has to change or alter his way of thinking in order to attain equilibrium. Therefore, the whole process is about inventing ideas instead of the student accumulating facts and information. It is, therefore, a student-centered class where the teachers facilitate the process of students hypothesizing, predicting, posing questions, researching, and inventing. Students look at the world under the influence of their experiences and social interactions. Whenever a new experience is encountered, the student tends to analyze the old experiences and the new experiences. The student, therefore, tends to really consider prior experiences. If this is the way that people behave, then the educational approach in the classroom should take advantage and use an approach that helps the students enjoy learning. The teacher, therefore, is a facilitator who has to know the interactions between the students and their external environments. The student is shown which interactions with his environment will provide an opportunity for growth and is actually healthy. The teacher in the constructivist classroom has to possess certain qualities. He should be highly flexible and creative as he interacts with the students. The teacher is trained on how different students use their own experiences, prior knowledge, and experience to construct meaning. When it comes to literature, there can be no single interpretation of a piece of reading. There are several different interpretations, and all of them may be correct. The teacher's interpretation is not always the only correct way of perception. At the end of the day, it is a highly democratic environment where the students and teachers are able to interact and participate in the learning process. Did you like this Constructivism in Learning and Teaching sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.